Hi, I'm Lee Labrada and welcome to Posing Like a Pro. Learning how to present your muscles in an effective and aesthetic manner is important, whether you're a bodybuilder entering a competition or you just want to learn how to display the results of your hard work in the gym. I've put together this video series to help you learn the secrets of great physique posing. My pro bodybuilding career spanned 10 years and included 7 consecutive top 4 finishes in the Mr. Olympia contest. During this time, I became known for my classical posing skills. And now, as an IFBB Pro Bodybuilding Hall of Famer, I want to help you to master the art of posing. In the first 5 lessons of the series, we covered a lot of ground. We started with the general assessment or symmetry round of bodybuilding competition and learned how to perform the relaxed quarter turns properly. We then covered the muscularity or compulsory round and learned how to perform the 7 mandatory poses from the front, side, and back. Now we're going to turn our attention to learning about the freestyle posing round. As the name implies, freestyle posing gives you the opportunity to show the judges poses that highlight the strong points of your physique. The judges are going to be focusing how well you're able to present your physique, showing both your muscular development and symmetry. During the freestyle posing round, you'll be performing 10 to 15 of your best poses, and this is referred to as a posing routine. Your posing routine will be limited to 60 seconds of freestyle posing during the prejudging portion of the competition. You're not going to be able to use music during this part of your presentation at prejudging, but at the evening or finals show of your competition, you'll be given 90 seconds to perform your freestyle posing routine, and you will be able to use music for that one. I would encourage you to begin by putting together your 60-second freestyle posing routine first. You should select your 10 best poses to be presented in the prejudging portion of your competition. Once you have your 60-second routine finished, then turn your attention to developing your second, longer 90-second routine by adding additional poses and synchronizing it all to music. Okay, so now let's break down a posing routine into its component parts. Your posing routine will consist of both static and dynamic poses, as I mentioned in the introduction to this video series. Static poses are the ones that you may be most familiar with. They'll include traditional mandatory poses such as the front double biceps, for instance. But certainly you're not limited to mandatory poses in your freestyle posing routine. In fact, you'll want to include your favorite poses and even variations of poses which you have created yourself. Dynamic poses are the transitions between static poses. So yes, moving gracefully between poses will have a major impact on the look and appeal of your posing routine. You should give as much importance to the transitions as you do to the static poses in order to create an excellent professional looking posing routine. Now, one very good rule of thumb is to spend as much time on the dynamic transitions as you do on the static poses when performing your posing routine. For example, you may start your posing routine with a dramatic pose, which you may hold for, say, 3 seconds, followed by a 3-second transition into the next pose, which you then hold for 3 seconds, and so forth. If you follow this rule of thumb, each pose plus its transition will take a total of 6 seconds. Based on this, you'll have enough time for about 10 poses and 10 transitions in your 60-second routine and about 15 poses and 15 transitions during your 90-second routine, give or take. So what about the poses? How do you select those? Well, we've already learned 7 mandatory poses, and these 7 mandatory poses which we worked on are excellent choices. But now it's time for you to develop variations of these poses and add your own personal poses to show your physique off to its best advantage. One of the best places to get ideas for poses is from muscle magazines. Thumb through the pages of the magazines and select poses that inspire you and impress you, and at the same time, ask yourself if these poses will look good on your physique. For instance, if you have a wide waist, you may want to opt for twisting poses that make your waist look smaller instead of poses that show you from straight on. Now, as you go through those magazines, cut out pictures of your favorite poses and then set them aside for evaluation. Another great place to get ideas is by watching videos of your favorite bodybuilders on YouTube and then trying these poses out in front of a mirror. Don't get discouraged if the poses don't look right at first. After all, most of these bodybuilders that you see in the magazines and videos possess muscular development that has taken them years to build. And remember that these guys were not always well built. We all start somewhere, and often that's a place where we don't quite look how we would like to. Your body is a work in progress, and you should always be working to make it better. So your homework before we go on to the next lesson is to start selecting poses that inspire you and that you might like to include in your posing routine. Then I want you to have a friend photograph you doing those poses so you can evaluate the images and how you look when you do them. Start practicing these poses in front of a mirror at first and then without looking in the mirror to make sure that you have them down pat. This is an important step because in Lesson 7, we're going to begin creating your 60-second posing routine. I hope you'll join me then. I'm Lee Labrada, and you're watching Posing Like a Pro.